Alright guys, for anyone watching this, quick disclaimer at the beginning. This video is split into two parts. The first part is literally just me doing straight cold calling for 22 minutes without anything working. And like the honest process, how I'm doing stuff, how it's working, some lessons that I learned. And by the way, if you're seeing that I'm not like calling numbers from like a local number, but I'm just having like one number for all the contacts, that's true, but I don't have any proof of concept at that point. Now I could actually buy a number from the appointment, but for that reason I didn't do that. Anyway, at the end you will see me setting like an actual appointment, and you can like see the exact date. I don't know if it's possible to even fake that. I wouldn't bother because I just want to make money. And yes, I don't have the like recording of the appointment and whatever of the call, but I'm walking you through that, and you can just see how the stuff is developing and how like the belief stuff is changing, and how essentially you're just going to see how you can believe in the 1 second that nothing of what you're going to do is going to work, or that it's going to take you forever. And I literally didn't know it's going to take me like 3 weeks to set my first appointment. Is it going to happen today? Whatever. I literally said that in the video, and then later you can see how it actually starts to work, just because you're doing stuff that's trash or like painful, And yeah, that's pretty much what I want to share with you. And now it's already 5 p.m. I have 1 hour left to do more cold calling, and obviously I want to do that, and it's freaking procrastination because I find it still painful, and I'm going to go on and set some more appointments. Enjoy watching the video how I booked my first appointment with 16 years old. My name is Frederick, by the way. Alright guys, this video is going to be a bit different than the other videos that you've seen so far, in case you have. And today I'm going to do something very different. As you might see on the screen, it's actually cold calling. For those of you who haven't watched my videos before, I used to do email, and now I switched to cold calling because I think it's a bit more effective in the short term, which is important. And yeah, I'm pretty trash at that. I have barely done 100 calls. I have like 94 or something like that. I can't see the numbers, probably like 90, 96 or something. And yeah, I'm going to record myself now. I hope that it works with Loom and everything. I'm going to record myself during cold calls. Hopefully I'm not doxing myself, the number is not mine. And yeah, in case you're wondering why I'm like doing this online, I'm from Germany apparently, and for that reason I'm using a US number to call the people, and I'm having them here on my CRM. Here's my little script. I don't know if it's good, probably it's good, but my delivery is trash. And yeah, I'm going to try to call some people. It's very, very uncomfortable, I have to admit. It's one of the most painful things I've done so far in business. And yeah, I'm just trying to do stuff here. And yeah, you can just watch me do that and watch me like do some trash cold calls. And maybe later I can make a different video where you can see how it's better, and I can share some of my lessons between the calls, because I need to have something to do. What I just did is that I copied this US number and did like that, so now I can put it in here. And now, and I hope it doesn't crash or something, I'm going to call that person. I don't know the name because later on I started to actually do that, but right now I don't know the name of that person, so I'm just going to ask, am I talking to the owner? And if not, then I'm just going to say, hi, put me through please, or something like that. And if it is the owner, then I'm going to do that, but you'll see. Okay. Okay, I don't know if that already happened. Okay, no, it was the same lead twice. I'm sorry, I already called that one. I was just wondering why the exact same thing happened again, and I don't know why that happens. So I'm just going to try the next one. Connecticut. Americans are weird. Okay.
Please press 1 for English. For English, please press...
This call may be recorded for quality assurance. We have a special promotion today for select callers. If you are over 50, please press 1 now. If not, press pound. If you are over 50, please press 1 now. If not, press pound.
What the frick is pound? Is that pound?
This call may be recorded. If you are currently enrolled in Medicare Part A and Part B and want to review your plan options, which may include additional plan benefits, and check your eligibility for the enrollment period, please press 1 now. If you have Medicare Part A and Part B for your health insurance, Or if you are new to Medicare, aging in, losing coverage, or on Medicare but have recently moved and are interested in learning about the plan option.
I don't know what I've done there. I don't know what's going on with that lead, because I thought it was like the number of like this. By the way, I'm targeting like people who do like spray foam insulation in houses. In case you don't know what that is, just search like spray foam insulation like here, and you know, trying to target these people. I don't know why they're asking me like why I'm over 50 or something. Very weird. So we're just going to try lead insulation, foam insulation, and exteriors. Hi, am I talking to the owner? Perfect. Okay, let's see how that works. I'm probably going to make this like 10 minutes long, because probably nobody wants to, you know, view that video or watch that video for longer. And in case you want to do, then just let me know. But I'm probably going to do some more recaps. And yeah, I want to take that number. It's freaking uncomfortable each and every time you're putting that in here. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to click on that.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not...
Well, I don't know why that can't go faster. By the way, next to here, I'm just tracking if the people have taken the call, if it was the owner. And honestly, I actually did quite good pitch like some calls ago, like 5. And the person was... basically, my pitch is like... It's not actually a pitch, but I'm asking the people if they have like some problems, and the problems revolve around what my like client can actually offer them. For context, I'm setting the appointments for a client, and I'm getting paid per appointment already. But yeah, so I essentially asked him if he had any of these problems, and he was like, no, thanks for calling, or something like that. Yeah, and I'm probably doing a bad job. Something that I realized today or the last days is that personally, and you might notice as I'm talking way too fast, and it's even like 10% worse or something when I'm under stress. And I really have to be very careful with that, because when I'm talking fast, nobody's going to take me seriously, or almost nobody. So yeah, freaking procrastination. I'm not going to drink now. I'm going to do the freaking call. Hi, am I talking to the owner? And it's a lot less comfortable if you know what to say.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
I think I'm going to do this for as long as it takes until somebody is taking the call, at least, because otherwise this video is not going to make any sense for you to watch. I will not tell you that I'm going to do it as long as until I set an appointment, because as you might see, I've never had anyone interested so far, and it's call number 100 right now. So yeah, doesn't make much sense, and I don't know how long it's going to take for me to do that. Maybe a couple of weeks, maybe today, whatever, maybe this call. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see what's going on there, and we'll just try that.
Thank you for calling Northeast Spray Foam, residential and commercial foam insulation. For Steve Norris, press 1. For Don Rappel, press 2. Or to leave a message inquiring about our services, press 0.
What a life. What a thing to do. So chill here.
Thank you for calling. Please leave a message and your call will be returned as soon.
What the fuck? And you can see that I'm tracking the metrics, right? This is how it looked today before I started recording, and this is after starting to record. I don't know if that's coincidence or not. We will see. I could even give them tags, but I don't know if that's really productive or not, because I essentially know what's going on here. Dude, is that number? Yeah. Frick. I wanted to take that one. Okay, I'm just going to call them back immediately. If I can find that. Let me quickly see. Okay, I'm dialing again. The number that just called me. Hello?
Please leave your message for 2038.
I could wait until they call me again. Very weird. Very weird. I don't know why I didn't just take the call. Probably a bit of like resistance because my unconscious is finding that so uncomfortable to talk to these people that I didn't do that. Whatever. I want to talk to that number now. Dude, it's so freaking like such a resistance to just do the call, right? I'm going to do that for as long as I'm talking to someone, okay? After that call, I will just end the video because I don't want to waste your time or something.
Hi, this is Jesse with Beacon Spray Foam. Please leave a message. Thanks.
I can note that his name is probably Jesse. I don't know if he's the owner, but I'm just going to assume that he's the owner. I'm going to add the tag again. Click on done. You can mark this one here as done. Call number 101 is done. R value into installation. My goal for today is to do 100 calls. And all of these leads are what I'm still trying to do today. I feel like I have to hurry up a little bit because I've just done that. It's probably like 15 people. 19, okay. I'm having like one... No, well, I actually just had Jesse. I have like 1/5 of the calls that I want today done. Incredibly. It's not so painful. I just have to fucking do it, man.
Thank you for calling our value insulation. Please select from one of the following options. If you know the extension of the party you are trying to reach, please dial it now. Press 1 for sales. Press 2 for billing. Press 3 for Chris Capolotus. Press 4 for Dennis Delgadillo. Press 5 for Jim Farrell. Press 6 for Brent Downing.
I don't know the freaking name.
Hello, you have reached Jim Farrell at our value insulation. Please.
That's the problem when you don't know like what the name is. It's very important to like find the name of the leads. I don't know if there are like cases where it's not possible to find them. I know that if you search like on Google Maps, it's a bit difficult to find that. But for example, I found them on bbb.org, so Better Business Bureau, or how you call that in English. And I used that, and there it's always like stating the name of like the president or the founder or some stuff there. And yeah, that worked pretty well. Maybe the person is called Maverick, but I don't know if Maverick's just a different word in English and it's not the last name of the person, but whatever.
Hi, this is Chris with Mavericks Foam and Coatings. I can't get to my phone right now. Just leave me your name and number. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Sorry for that, guys. That was pretty unnecessary, if I'm honest. Chris was his name, I guess. Can try to call him again tomorrow. Last guy from Connecticut. No, I know that's called Connecticut, but I found it pretty funny.
Hi, you call BL Drywall and Spray Foam. Please leave your name and number and I'll call you back.
By the way, if you're wondering what time I'm calling, for me it's a bit like for the guys who have like the stupid AM/PM formatting. This is like almost 4 p.m. and the Eastern time is 6 hours behind. So where they are at, it's like 10 a.m. I know that that's maybe a bit late and early on is better, but obviously I started a bit early on, and that's, I guess, about a time where it's pretty good. Maybe it's a bit too late, honestly, but I guess pretty okay for like getting people to respond. And I've also watched like people do that stuff on YouTube, and they had like times like later in the day. I don't know what time specifically, and I think like from like 50 people called, like 4 of them actually like hung up, or how you like not like hanging up, but like the opposite, like taking the phone and talking. Whatever. Next one. New York. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, am I talking to the owner?
To who?
To the owner.
Who is this calling?
This is Jason.
Hey, Jason.
Can you put me through to the owner?
I don't know. Why are you calling?
It's a bit of a personal thing. I would rather not say.
Oh, personal thing? Can you give me the idea what's about?
Like I said, it's pretty sensitive. I don't want to talk to that. Can you put me through to the owner?
Yeah, I need to know what it is about.
Okay, then. I'll probably just try at a later time and talk to him directly. I don't know if you know what I just did, but... And I honestly don't know if I can call the owner at any different time, but... Basically, the rule I'm following here is that I'm trying to not pitch the decision maker, because it doesn't help in any way. Like when the thing that I try to do, and honestly I did it in a bad way. It's just reps. I've done this maybe like the 3rd time or something. So I try to be like a person that has to be put through by the gatekeeper, and these are. And the problem, like what I did wrong here, was that I spoke like too insecure, probably. I would rather have to sound like a bit of like an annoyed person that just wants to be put through. Like, hi, John, please, or something like that, like very direct. And I've learned that from Charlie Morgan. But, yeah, so I fucked that up a little bit. But, essentially, and obviously, like, when it's like not the owner, sometimes you just don't get to the owner, obviously. Like now, maybe, when he wants to know that. And you maybe have noticed that he like thought a bit if about like how, like, am I going to put Jason through? By the way, my name is Frederick and not Jason. That's another trick. Am I going to put Jason through or not? And then he like insisted on that again, and I basically just hung up because I think it's not. I'm obviously not going to say like I'm going to pitch him or something. So I guess it doesn't make much sense, and they're probably not going to call back anyway because it's a very like home service. Usually like males who are like the owners and like pretty like 50 years old or something, like very straight American people. Maybe I'm very biased, but yeah. I'm going to do one more call, and after that I'm going to literally end the video, because now I'm a bit like in the mood to actually do stuff, and I honestly was the first one from New York. Maybe it's just Connecticut that the people don't reply. I had like one reply from there. That person was pretty cool. Spray Kings Insulation. Hi, am I talking to the owner? Let's go. Hi, am I talking to the owner? Hello? Okay, I'm going to hang up now if nobody's responding. This is like, you call somewhere and they just have like a mosquito on the other side. I don't know what happened there, but whatever. Very weird. I might try the call again. Actually, I'll try to call them again. I don't know if I can, but I want to. Hi, this is Jason again. Am I talking to the owner?
Hello?
Hello? Am I talking to the owner? Okay. Either it is the owner and the owner doesn't want to be pitched or some stuff. And that's a problem, right? If you don't know the owner's name, you rather just want to ask for the actual name. And obviously I haven't sounded like I expected that as what probably rather would have been an gatekeeper, so not the actual decision maker, and that's why I'm trying to sound like a bit like annoyed, and that's why I'm asking like that. Otherwise, like if I would expect that it is the owner, I'd probably rather ask like, am I talking to the owner? Which is like the opposite of, hi, am I talking to the owner? You know, but yeah, that's about what I just tried to do. They didn't do any stuff. It's probably, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing when they're trying to like, sorry, I want to get that, paste it in here. I don't know what they're doing, if like some prospect is calling them, probably nothing. They also have their mosquito at their end, but yeah, so that's the video. That's how it's looking like, and this is just like a little snapshot of like how my first like lessons here have been and what I've learned so far. And I'm going to do all of these other cold calls, even though it's going to fucking suck. And sorry for me being like very direct here. I don't know how you say that in English, like vulgar probably, but yeah, I'm just going to do these cold calls. I'm going to do some more of them tomorrow and the day after and the day after and the day after, and I believe that it's Saturday, and then I can finally take a little break. But yeah, I'm going to go through some pain, and I'll try to set some more appointments, and I'll let you know like how it's going. I feel like I'm developing some limiting beliefs right now that it's not actually possible just because of this. Right? Oh, sorry, because of this. But yeah, we'll see what's going to happen, and I'll probably, in case you're interested in that, make like another video and show you again like what my experience is looking like. And yeah, 22 minutes. See you next time. Bye. Guys, you see how happy I am, and that's because the fucking first time ever on call 3 with Joey. This guy, this guy's interested, okay? This guy's interested and he wants to get a confirmation. Now, obviously that doesn't mean that this guy is going to show up, but at least he's interested. He's given me his email to, do that more specifically. Maybe I will have to censor some stuff here, but probably just 2 people are going to view that. But I'm going to book a fucking event in Calendly, and I hope I have the like recording of that, right? I'm going to freaking click on celebrate here. Tags, guys interested. It's a green thing. Call quality, absolutely pumped. Schedule call. Okay, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to see if I can see listen to the recordings. Okay, so I just researched it, but it didn't actually record the call, which can make this video fake or something. But essentially, I did exactly, I literally just read exactly what I had here. And then after that, he said, what did he say? I think he talked about like some stuff with leads and that he doesn't use these websites and everything. And then, so he said like, I don't use these websites bot. And then I said nothing. And then after some time, he asked like what my service is about. And then I was like, yeah, I would like to tell you, but obviously we're solving like these problems I just talked about. And I don't want to waste your time in case you don't actually have these problems, like getting more curiosity on how it works. Then he talked about like that he's essentially always going to be interested in making more money, and he was laughing as well, like or something like that. And then I replied to that, and then I said like I very briefly explained like the process with like it's working like with AI and things like that. And then he said like, okay, in the past I've tried that, but it didn't work. And then I asked him like, did you have like an upfront fee on that? And then he was like, yes. And it's obviously not the entire conversation. It's like squashed together, and there was like it took like maybe 4 minutes or something. But essentially, I told him like, yeah, with us it's not the case. You get like 5 estimates, which is like 5 sales calls or something, whatever, for free first, and then you can see how it's working. And then he was like, okay, can you send me an email? And then I said like, okay, it sounds like you're interested. Would you like to talk about that like tomorrow? And then he said like tomorrow, I believe it was like 9. Dude, if I'm taking the wrong time now, I think it was like 9 a.m. And I'm 9 or 10. I think it was 9 a.m. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to send that over and everything. And now I just have to, go to Calendly as the user, use this email address and do that. And then I can, do this stuff. And that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's essentially what I'm going to do right now, because I just don't want to miss that appointment. I want to send that to him. And yeah, so that's how it worked. And let's see if this guy is showing up to the appointment, as it is like literally tomorrow. I can imagine that, but we will see. Alright guys, the meeting is booked, and as you might see on the timer here, the clock, I've taken like 15 or 20 minutes to book this freaking stuff in there. But this is freaking proof of concept, because this is literally the first cold calling appointment I've ever set. Obviously I don't know if Joey is going to show up now or not. I hope so, and he sounded like he will be doing that, but I don't know, sometimes Americans just say stuff and they don't actually do it. Whatever. What yeah, what I wanted to say is, obviously I have to censor the right stuff. I'm doing this for 2 hours, right? I've set this appointment now after about 2 hours of cold calling, right? And suppose that this guy is going to show up to the meeting. I just made $100, right? So $100, if we calculate like 80% show rate or something, or maybe like 70% show rate, okay? And divide that by 2 hours. Now it's not 2 hours, it's a bit more, right? Let's say like 2.1 hours to make it a bit simpler. Divide that by 2.1. I'm literally making, and obviously that's not like crazy much, right? But I'm literally making like $30 or more per hour, and I'm freaking 16 years old. And I'm a noob at cold calling. Like, this is the 3rd day I'm ever doing this. And if it's going on like that, then first of all, the skill is obviously going to improve. But if I just make more dials and I just have like the first half of my dials for today, this stuff's actually working, right? And this is supposed to be like a little hype up thing for you, whether or not you're doing actually cold calling or you're doing something else. And you've seen me, right? You've seen me go through this shit at the beginning where like everybody was not interested and people just hung up on me and all that stuff. But now I found the first person ever to actually be interested and book an appointment, and it was so much easier than I thought to actually do that. And now that I know that it works, I can like do some how do you say that, like tweaks on the little like things, like how many people hang up to the calls. I can focus on that first of all, and build a system essentially that's getting better and better, and then I can just fucking crush cold calling, right? And book tons of appointments. And yeah, for those of you who don't know me yet, I'm trying to become a multi-millionaire, and for that I want to make like 10 grand or something first of all as like the first step, and then transition my business into something else. So this is going to definitely help me, because if I'm making that much per hour, right? I hope that makes sense if I'm saying that like this now. So if I want to book one appointment, no. What on earth am I doing here? I'm making $33 per hour, right? 33.333, you know? And I want to make 10 grand. And obviously I have some expenses, but just say it like that. Oh, let's do 30 for the expenses. I just have to put in like another 300 hours, which is like 2 months of straight calling, right? But still, it is possible, right? It is possible. And I'm going to shut the fuck up and I'm going to continue cold calling people because I don't want to sit on the first $100 potentially, but I want to make more, obviously. And yeah, so for that reason, I'm going to do that stuff now. I'm going to end this video and thank you for watching. I hope this helped you a little bit and made you you're right, I just showed you my exact like script and process and how I did stuff. Obviously you have to improve your delivery, you have to learn some stuff that people don't necessarily say in the first 20 YouTube videos that you find after searching. But yeah, it's actually crazy. I can just recommend, you know, watching Charlie Morgan and building a bit of your own script there that's fitting with your style of speaking. And I'll keep you updated how it's going, if I'm getting crazy good at cold calling or some stuff. And yeah, I'm just excited to go on and do some more painful stuff because now at least I know that it's working. And I had the limiting belief an hour ago that it's never going to work. Okay? That being said, I hope you're doing well and just do some freaking hard work and get yourself out of your current situation, quit your 9 to 5, whatever, and start to live a life. Okay?